and they've collected over 1,400 signatures, over 600 PhD signatures. They signed a statement. The first bullet says, acknowledge that instruction on evolution is vital to understanding all the biological sciences. Well, that's clearly false. You're doing awesome, Doug. This is stuff.
Don McLeroy is a chipper suburban dentist, a former college cheerleader, and a self-described Christian fundamentalist whose views on history, politics, and science may well impact what your child learns in school.
My worldview. The way you win an argument is you appeal to authority is one of the strongest things. How can a dentist stand up to these experts? The appeal to authority is the strongest evidence. Genetics goes back to a Christian monk that did precise, careful data, Gregor Mendel. And evolution goes back to a man that basically came up with philosophical speculation. The data that's in the fossil record is clear and unambiguous. It is the strongest evidence that evolution has occurred. It is so reasonable to assume that life in the simple old rocks, that simple life, gradually changed to these. This is scientific. The idea that all life is descended from a common ancestor by the unguided natural processes. This applies to the first great claim. You look in the graveyard, what do you see? It's been 150 years since the origin of species, and the fossil record still has problems. Yes, it supports it, but yes, it doesn't support it. Let the students do that. We need to be honest with our kids. Who am I, a dentist? I'm not a scientist. I do have a lot of scientific training. But who am I, a dentist, to question the authority of all the giant consensus? Back when we adopted biology books in 2003, I prepared a 16-page document. I read those books. I never claimed to have read the books that's been asserted last time. I've read these books. The Cambrian explosion, 550 million years ago. You have all these phyla that immediately, just all of a sudden appear. I was realizing, I said, gosh, how can these people, these are brilliant, wonderful people, make this statement? These are clearly false. And then it dawned on me, if you substitute the word genetics, listen to how these statements read. Acknowledge that instruction on genetics is vital to understanding all the biological sciences. Oh, that's true. One of my second cousins, it was in a master's degree program up in Harvard University, and a family reunion, actually just 2 or 3 years ago. I said, hey, does it make any difference if evolution is true or false? And she said, no. You know, genetics is the foundation for modern biology. It's not evolution. And the opposition is very nice. They're wonderful people.
They tried and failed to remove any mention of Thurgood Marshall, the first black Supreme Court justice, and Cesar Chavez, the famous labor organizer. They did successfully remove the author of the children's book Brown Bear, What Do You See?, Bill Martin Jr., because they mistook him for another Bill Martin who wrote a book critical of capitalism.
That was embarrassing. You know, we made a mistake. Somebody had pointed that out, and they didn't do their research.
People are really
I did say that. I wished I hadn't said that, but I did say that because it is pretty influential.